In The Bold and the Beautiful, what begins as a routine business audit spirals into one of the most shocking scandals in Forrester Creations history. The company, long celebrated for its glamour and artistry, becomes the center of a federal investigation when both Eric Forrester and Ridge Forrester are suddenly arrested for tax evasion and suspected of orchestrating a hidden plot to seize control of Daphne's and Carter's new fashion line that had started gaining traction within the company. It all begins when Daphne and Carter, who have been working tirelessly on their independent design division within Forrester Creations, suddenly find their finances under scrutiny. An anonymous whistleblower alerts the IRS to irregularities in Forrester's financial filings, money transfers that don't match the company's reported profits, and offshore accounts traced back to Ridge's name. At first, Ridge laughs it off as a bureaucratic mix-up, but things turn serious when investigators arrive at the Forrester offices with warrants. As the team from the IRS and federal agents storm in, Steffi and Brooke look on in disbelief as Eric, the patriarch, is questioned right at his own desk. The agents reveal that Forrester Creations has been under quiet investigation for months, with financial discrepancies tied to shell companies in Europe, entities that were allegedly being used to reroute profits and conceal tax obligations. The biggest shock, however, comes when the investigators claim that these accounts were also being used to fund a secret takeover scheme, one that would buy out Daphne's and Carter's growing share in Forrester's newest fashion venture, Ethereal by DC. The agents explain that the movement of funds suggested that Eric and Ridge were planning to quietly absorb Daphne and Carter's brand back into Forrester Creations, effectively cutting them out of ownership once the line succeeded. Carter, blindsided, refuses to believe it. He's always been loyal to Ridge and Eric, both as a friend and as legal counsel, but the evidence looks damning. Signed authorizations, private transfers, and internal memos with Ridge's digital signature. Eric, deeply shaken, insists he knows nothing about it. He admits that his health has been deteriorating again and that much of the company's finances were handled by Ridge and the executive team in recent months. Ridge, furious and defensive, claims the documents have been doctored, saying someone inside the company must be framing them. But when a suspicious wire transfer shows up from Ridge's personal account to one of the offshore holdings, even Brooke begins to question what's really going on. Meanwhile, Daphne feels betrayed. She and Carter had poured their hearts into Ethereal by DC, hoping it would represent the next generation of Forrester innovation. Now, it looks like the family she admired may have been plotting against her from the start. Carter, however, still refuses to condemn Ridge or Eric outright. He believes someone is manipulating the situation to destroy Forrester Creations from within, and he may not be wrong. The next day, Ridge and Eric are both formally taken into custody, handcuffed in front of the stunned Forrester staff. The entire office watches in silence as the two men who built the empire are escorted out. Reporters swarm the building, calling it the end of Forrester Creations as we know it. Steffi, torn between loyalty to her father and concern for the company's reputation, takes charge and begins to investigate who could have engineered such an elaborate trap. As the story unfolds, it becomes clear that this scandal isn't just about tax evasion. Someone deliberately planted false trails to make Ridge and Eric look guilty, someone with insider knowledge of the company's accounting system and access to their private servers. Suspicion begins to fall on multiple people. Thomas, who recently clashed with Ridge over creative control, Zend, who's been quietly resentful of Daphne's rise, and even an outside investor tied to Bill Spencer, who has been known to play dirty when it comes to business rivals. At the police station, Ridge insists on his innocence while Eric quietly breaks down, heartbroken that decades of hard work are being destroyed overnight. Brooke visits him, holding his hand and vowing to uncover the truth. Eric tells her that Forrester has always been about family, and that if the company dies, it should be for something real, not lies and greed. Meanwhile, Carter meets privately with Daphne and reveals that a new piece of evidence has come to light. A deleted email from a rival company, hinting that someone outside Forrester was feeding information to the IRS and forging documents to implicate Ridge and Eric. The email is signed only with the initials, LM, sparking speculation that Luna or someone close to her may have unknowingly passed along sensitive data through her relationship with RJ. The emotional fallout within the Forrester family is enormous.